Introducing our officials for this match, our first referee, Bobby Celso, national referee. Second referee is Fernando Velarde, national referee. Let's call on the starting lineup for our Farm Fresh Foxies. Team captain wearing jersey number 7, starting setter Louis Romero. Outside spiker number 4, Kate Santiago. Middle blocker number 8, Riza Cruz. Opposite spiker number 12, Trisha Tubu. Middle blocker number 14, Joan Nerit. And outside spiker number 15, Pia Ildefonso. Their starting libero is number 2, Kay Lazo. And the head coach for Farm Fresh is Jerry Yee. And now the starters for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Setter number 1, Kyle Negrito. Middle blocker number 5, Risa Sato. Middle blocker number 6, Janet Panaga. Opposite spiker number 7, Michelle Gumabao. Outside spiker number 18, Tots Carlos. And outside spiker number 23, Gemma Galanza. Starting libero is number 8, Ella De Jesus. And the head coach for Creamline is Sherwin Meneses. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It is Farm Fresh versus Creamline for the PVL, the heart of
and
volleyball.
Here are your starters. Start a new way to watch the PVL via the Pilipinas Live app. For Filipinos everywhere, download and subscribe now for 149 pesos a month. Starting lineup with Joan Narit right there in the middle, and of course, Santiago, Tubu, and Romero all familiar with each other. And speaking of familiarity, I think there's no other team in the last few years that is more familiar with each other, from coaching staff down to the players of the Creamline Cool Smashers, which, I mean, there's no reason to wonder why they've been successful also. When they tinker in the off-season, they tinker so in such a little way, pero the impact on the court has been huge for them.
Kyle Negrito talked about that earlier, that no matter whoever plays inside the court on the side of the Cool Smashers, they're able to contribute, and it's because of their system that has been there for the longest time.
Just imagine, you go back to the first game. First game, they take out Tots Carlos in the middle of that first set. She struggles a little bit. The team in general struggles a little bit. They put in Bernadette Pons, and from then on, they just flow and they win, and she comes up with player of the game. A testament, of course, to really Sherwin Meneses.
I think that's the difference here of the Farm Fresh. They're relatively a new team. They're trying to build their cohesion, their chemistry as a team. But just like Creamline, they're full of talent. So very talented players on their side. It's just a matter of them playing more together and gaining that experience that they need.
Yeah, and that talent, of course, coming in prior to the conference, yung iba prior to the last conference. So hindi pa magkakasama na matagal, but we all know the potential. You have ties with some of these players and coaches, of course. Your former coach in UP, former teammates in UP are all here in front. As we look at Kate Santiago, 3-1. Farm Fresh Foxies off to a good start. Goes through the block, gets delayed, but nobody gets the rebound.
Tots Carlos, easy outing for her there, powering through the blockers.
Fernando Velarde making sure that the protocol is being followed on these run-ins with the libero and the middle blocker. Tanaga. Bump set to Pia. Ildefonso starts for the Foxies. Galanza from behind overcooks the pipe attack. So 4-1 for the Foxies, and that's what you want. Sorry, 4-2. You want to stay ahead. And then bahala na in the end. You know that Creamline's going to make their run, but I think that's a better situation to be in AL as opposed to naghahabol ka against the champion team.
No, exactly, because one issue that this Farm Fresh has in their previous game is that they're not able to take control of the game. They're not able to really lead. But right now, for them, starting strong is going to be very advantageous on their side. As, again, they're playing against a top seed team in the Cool Smashers.
Speaking of starting strong, you're looking at Mitch Gumabao, the #1 spiker in the league. Good pickup. And it turns into a Foxies point.
A smart decision there for Ildefonso to actually just push that ball over.
That's a good pickup by Santiago.
Seeing that Sato was transitioning back.
Nice touch. Sato. Back to Pia. Pia puts it away. And we've seen this a lot, Ayel, with Farm Fresh, no? Great starts, great, parang marami silang mga spurts. But again, just like a young team that it's put together, to be able to sustain, it's always a challenge.
And for them, it's always that end game trying to be consistent that's still lacking. But, you know, they're really able to rally a lot against any team.
Another opportunity for Tots. Nobody in front of her. Usually that's trouble.
Faster attack this time for Tots Carlos, using that wrist action to put speed in that attack. Kate Santiago not in the right form to get that dig.
I remember Coach once telling me before on defense, psychologically, when you know the attacker is already, like a Tots, di ba? Yung mga ganyan. And minsan iniisip mo na, it affects the way you will dig, it affects the way your stance is kasi you're expecting nakpatay. Parang ganun eh.
You know, volleyball is a very situational game. You have to react with whatever is in front of you. It's a game of anticipation as well, but the reaction is so much better.
But of course, it's easier said than done when you're up against, you know, Tots and Gemma and Eliza and Michelle because they're so heavy-handed, even in their serving, which is what Tots doing right now, 5 serving 6. And high school pa.
Classic.
Yan ang matagal na nilang ginagawa. Louie and Riza have been doing it through high school, through college, and now in the pros.
That the play has given them a lot of opportunities to score points. That the connection on the side of the Foxies is very deadly.
Rebound. That's a great set. Good block by Galanza. Anticipated by Ella. Galanza on a faster recoil.
The fast low sets of Negrito working well so far for the Cool Smashers, beating the blockers every single time. Galanza maximizing that gap in the block.
Good block. Sato to Mitch. Mitch will send it over. Kate rolls it and gets the point.
The soft touches so far working on the side of the Foxies. They're not really forcing the power in their offense.
Cruz will get us going for this rally. They're up 2-8-6. Remember again, for those who are tuning in for the very first time, technical timeouts are at 13 now. Tubu. Oh, he's sinungkit. Did not trust the coverage, which was right there for Riza Cruz. So the point will go to Creamline as we check in with Kayla Castillo.
Yes, Boom and Ayel. Nakausap ko kanina si Trisha Tubo at sabi niya sa akin, sa puntong ito, tinatsaga na lang talaga namin at nananatili kaming hopeful. Sabi niya, ang team daw ay talagang pursigido pa rin na maka-enter sa winning column at ang kailangan nilang gawin ay ma-develop ang kanilang maturity. Sinisimulan daw nila ito sa trainings sa gabay ni Coach Jerry Yee. But for now, nananatili lang silang excited na makatapat si kanilang Ate Gemma and of course, ang idol nilang si Eliza Valdez. They do not view this game as a challenge but rather as a learning opportunity to learn from their seniors. New streaming experiences also await via the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for as low as 149 pesos. Back to the panel.
By the way, masabi ko lang, hindi po dahil nawala yung halo ni Kayla Castillo, eh hindi na siya mabait. Mabait pa rin po yan, okay? Nawala na yung special effects natin. Hanggang pre-game lang yung budget na kaya natin. And the challenge in front of them is going to be tall, literally and figuratively. 9-8, Creamline taking over. This is where that, yun na, yung sinasabi natin, Farm Fresh with a great start, but unable to sustain. And part of it, of course, is the competition.
And also, the blocking of the Cool Smashers has been pretty solid on their end, really putting a lot of pressure offensively on the Foxies.
Liza Valdez. Or somebody who looks like Eliza Valdez. I don't know. Kung baka ano yan. Baka
Costume.
costume yan. Di lang natin na napapansin. As Farm Fresh scores 9, serving 10.
No, it's the same spot that they've been going to. Again, the soft touches, the weak spot in the floor defense of the Cool Smashers.
So full rotation na tayo. Louie Romero serving again. And there you go. Mitch was looking at the spot even before she hit the ball.
Mitch Gumabaw just going for that corner attack.
Kita na niya, no? And again, like we said, back then, comes off the bench, 2 plays for her, usually 100%. Diba, napakataas talaga ng efficiency ngayon. Babad na babad. And it's not the first time, again, that she's been doing this.
And again, Mitch Gumabaw, not just a high-efficient attacker, but also one of the great leaders on the side of the Cool Smashers. That's why every time she's in the court, she's able to contribute in all aspects.
Galanza targeting that sideline, 13-9. Now we get to the technical timeout. Creamline ahead by its biggest lead at 4. Experience a new way to feel the heart of volleyball. Watch every set, spike, dig, and block live in high definition and on demand, anytime, anywhere, and on any device via Pilipinas Live app. Download and register now. AL before the technical timeout, 10-3 run by Creamline.
You know, we're not surprised that Creamline is able to do that. We've been talking about their chemistry, their cohesion, but you know, as a team, they just really know how to find ways to score points and make it easier on their side of the court.
Louie chases. That's another thing that she's very good at. As Tots gets blocked, but it's sent out. Block out for Tubu. That's a good matchup. Young Trisha Tubu and a veteran now in Tots Carlos.
At the previous rally, Trisha Tubu actually well-established block, but Carlos outsmarting her in that attack.
11-3 the run. Marit gets the point. Louie Romero is also one of the better ball chasers and stable setters while chasing.
I know she's one of those setters that even in transition really knows how to control her
Right.
sets.
Mahirap yan, ha? I mean, for people, that's something sometimes hindi napapansin, hindi nababate, or hindi na, nabibigyan ng spotlight. But setters, obviously, they have to deal with all kinds of receptions.
When
just
you're
like,
trying to chase and
yes,
have to break foot and
yeah,
control your momentum.
whether bump set or overhead.
Exactly.
Just like attackers cannot be choosy, setters din minsan. Tubu on the counter. Mitch again. This one she likes, but it's sent back. Tots with a good reaction. Good rally here. The fake on the run, and PL Defonso gets it through the block.
Aldefonso having the hot hands on the side of the Foxies, starting in this game today against the Cool Smashers.
Points for her. Ooh. Good serve, bad receive. Good point for Farm Fresh.
Chance for them to close the gap.
And they continue to go to Tots. At alam din naman ni Tots yan. She's prepared, she's ready, takes a challenge. The best attackers like Eliza Valdez, and everybody else, they know that they're going to be constantly pounded from the services.
And it's because the Foxies would want to tire Tots Carlos early on in this game, but
Good luck with that. Oh, Tubu! Ganda ng set, ganda ng hampas.
but Trisha Tubo really has grown to be a more confident player, more decisive when it comes to her decision making and that attacking styles, and that scoring machine on the side of the Foxies.
Oh, touch on the net even before the attack was made, and both Fernando Velarde and Bobby Sells saw it. Lisa Cruz sumabit. Yun! Elbow.
She knew she needed that to be able to close the gap, but fortunately scraped the net on her way up.
16-14. Wow, great spot by Sato, but there's great anticipation there as we continue with this rally. Jesus, back to Carlos. Inangguluhan na naman. At na naman may sumabit sa net.
Tots Carlos blocked her first approach, but showing some maturity here, changing her angle, avoiding the blockers to get that point.
Lazo and Gil Defonso were looking for it, but wala.
Sabihan mo kapag di ka uso, para alam ko kung magko-cross lang. Tsaka makakadudulong ng siya. Tapos, pagka timing niya, 1, 2, bilang. Kaya nga, nauna kayo masyado. Kaya ma'am. Oo nga, 1, 2, 3. Doon ako, akala. Nasa line. Line. Ako magko-cross. Ayos lang ang white half.
Laki siguro ng parang sigh of relief ni Coach Jerry na nasa kanya uli si Louie. Ano?
Oh, exactly.
Especially with his style, di ba? His style of coaching and Louie's style.
Very
Parang
hands-on
match
captain.
Oo, parang match eh. Pababayaan niya.
At that timeout, we heard the players talking about their defense pattern, both in the floor and the net defense.
But to give away a free ball, Lazo sends it over. Kyle will shoot it to the other side, and that was a tough set.
Too low for Tots Carlos. Carlos trying to make something out of that set, but Trisha Tubo well established on that block in the previous rally.
We'll try again. That's out. It's wide. They think there's somebody who hit it, but wala.
Tots Carlos trying to go for the smaller blocker in Louie Romero. Just too much angle for her.
Kala ko trying to go for the smaller coach eh. Tinarget si Jenny. Lazo saving it. Sa gitna from the pipe. And Gemma Galanza delivers.
Gemma Galanza from the back row. Again, Kyle Negrito has the luxury here. Anyone on the side of the Cool Smashers can be a potential weapon.
Imagine Gemma Galanza only number 32 in scoring. Of course, we've only had 3 games, and they're 3-0. And you know, when it matters, she'll be there. Parang tumatiming pa to si Gemma. When the matches matter. A lot of tips, a lot of dings. Galanza, wala nang tip-tip. Full swing!
Again, Gemma Galanza knows how to finish a rally.
Made us look good too.
Cross-court
Look at that.
attack there. Perfect angle for her.
Thing of beauty.
Well, it's the same spot they've been targeting,
Oo nga,
the floor
no?
defense of the Foxies. So still no adjustment on the side of the Foxies.
You're very right on that one. Miscommunication there. Chance for Sato. And another touch, but this time it is on the side of Creamline. Kyle. Foot fault. They're going to challenge. Creamline's going to challenge. Our first of the game.
Oh, they're trying to call a foot fault on Kyle Negrito, who they saw cross the line, but Creamline trying to challenge that.
Fernando Velarde, our second referee, was the one who made the call and saw it from his angle. So we will see if he got spooked by what he saw. Happy Halloween, everybody. Thank you very much for choosing to watch us on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and on the Pilipinas Live app. Earlier today, Cherry Tigo crossovers, winning over the Jerfloor defenders earlier on, which for Cherry is very important to stay, close with our leaders. They are at 2-1. Oh, sorry, 3-1 rather. That is their 3rd win in 4 matches. While Creamline is looking for their 4th straight win, and Farm Fresh Foxies are looking to avoid a 0-5 start. And then, of course, we have a big matchup between the Signal HD Spikers and the number 2 team in the league, the Akari Chargers. Let's look at what Fernando Velarde saw. Now, those are white shoes that I'm looking at, right?
No, it looked like it was actually Sato,
Not Negrito.
not Negrito.
Challenge is successful. Good. The only reason I'm saying that because black is about to sleep.
Yes.
Kyle. Oh, nagtinginan! Oh, that's
Clear miscue there between Lado and Santiago. A lot of speed in that serve of Tots Carlos.
that. And then dropping at the last second.
Both players letting that go.
Tinitigan nila yung bola. Sila tuloy yung tinitigan ni Jerry. And you don't want that.
Exactly.
You've been a captain for Coach Jerry, just like Louis has. You were a captain on your 3rd year, if I'm not mistaken, in UP. What was that like? As we see, of course, Mr. Ricky Palou and Coach Tai Bundut right here in the Phil Oil Ecuador. What is it like to be a captain under Coach Jerry?
No, you really have to be a good communicator, and you really have to, initiate the conversations and the timeouts, because obviously Coach Jerry, yung philosophy niya is that nag-training na tayo, nasabi ko na lahat sa training.
Right.
No, during the game, whatever is happening inside the court, mas kayo yung nakakaalam nun. So, no, he'll call a timeout, but you yourselves, you have to talk about what's happening inside the court.
All right, we have a block touch challenge here, but I want to follow up on that. And from your experience, and this is for especially people who are watching or maybe hearing this for the first time, Coach Jerry is much more vocal in practice.
In training.
A lot more, right?
A lot more. A lot more.
We're clarifying that because his philosophy is nga na pag-usapan na lahat, so dapat during the games konti-konti na lang. And then the rest is you and some of your other leaders in the team. You,
Exactly.
meaning Ayel Estañero, as a captain for UP back then. No block touch there. That is net block. But that must be a lot of pressure also for the kind of coach that Jerry is. No?
No, definitely. But you'll have to make sure that you get your teammates involved as well, so you don't have to lead on your own.
We have a timeout here. 2018 is the score. Coach Sherwin wants to map out the play. Let's listen in.
Walang stress kasi nandito si Louie. Pag may receive, ito pa rin ba target natin? Hindi naman eh. Di ba? Gagalaw tayo kahit sino kaharap natin. Pwede. Pag may receive tayo, nakaka-receive tayo. Ang nangyayari, nandito yung dalawang blocker nila. Dalawa pa rin. Tapos kung mag-running na isa, kahit sino mag-set, isa yan. Kasi isa lang talaga nagbablock dito eh. O, pag may receive tayo, magwawan tayo,
Yes, coach.
mawawala sa position to. Let's go. All in, Creamline!
Love this. I love this. A very technical, detailed
Very
timeout.
technical
Ayan.
timeout.
Yan ang technical timeout.
Exactly why we have to point out Coach Jerry, because he has a very different coaching style compared to almost all the coaches here in the league. But as we see the scores, 2018 Farm Fresh serving, the same story for them. They challenge their opponent, they put pressure, but it's always in that end game that they need to find a way to stay consistent, as we saw that service error from Ildefonso.
That's what I call a two-in-one special. You get a great technical timeout from a coach, and then you ice the server, and you get a point out of it. So that's 21-18. But Coach Sherwin is not throwing around here. That's why, he called that timeout, even with the lead, because there's something that he's not liking.
And Farm Fresh also starting to gain their momentum. So he needs, like what you mentioned earlier, he needs to find a way to ice the players on the service line.
Sato, one great server for Creamline. Targets Ildefonso. Santiago, dug up by Tots. Gemma delays her approach. Lazo will bump it to Kate off the block. That's a point for the Foxies.
Kate Santiago changing her angle there, going down the line. Caught Michelle Gumabao off guard in that defense.
Up 10 is Kate in scoring and spiking. Oh, what happened there, Ayel?
Miscue between Negrito and Panaga. Panaga going for an A quick. Negrito setting that B quick.
Paulo Tata, the executive director of PSC, joining us on Halloween. Nope, they're not going to allow that. Ildefonso will come back in. 20-22 as Alyssa Bertolano, who used to start for Farm Fresh, now off the bench. Oh, and Nari did not. She looked right away. Was waiting for the dig or the defense.
They could have an opportunity to get that point from the transition, a chance ball. But Nad is definitely not ready for that.
Yeah, Gemma got helped by the net. 23-20 now. Sharp serve as usual for Kyle. Oh, that's a good spot. I don't know if that was intentional, but that's a good point.
The zone 1 of the Cool Smashers has been a weak spot also in their floor defense.
Louis still getting to know some of these other players, AL, and what they like. Sila Kate, wala na siyang problema dyan. Sila Trisha, Risa Cruz. But the others, syempre, Tia, Joan Narid, Bertolano, pinag-aano pa niya.
But we talked about Galanza earlier, knowing when to score, scoring the crucial points.
7 already. And she does it, just effortlessly. Targeting Bertolano for the set point. 25-21, that is 8 points quickly for the Laguna native. And her team ahead 1-0 here in this second game of our triple treat on a Halloween. You're watching us live on Pilipinas Live. New streaming experiences also await via the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe the app now for 149 pesos only. Especially the volleyball fans who are really all over the world. You know this very well, Ayel. We have some fanatical following for volleyball, and especially here in the PVL. All right, some highlights from a wonderful first set. And again, same story of a young, inconsistent team. Just cannot finish off, especially with some finishers there at Creamline on the other side.
Oh, exactly, Boom. Farm Fresh really starting strong in that set. They were able to rally until the mid part of the set, but you know, they really lacked that end game on their side. Meanwhile, the Creamline Cool Smashers, everyone getting involved in the offense. Kyle Negrito making sure that she distributes the ball equally, as we see the numbers. Creamline with 15 attacks versus the 13 of the Farm Fresh. And for the Creamline, it was their blocking and their service that allowed them to get that first set. Both teams also minimizing their errors. Creamline with 6 and Farm Fresh with 5.
Negrito will get us going for set number 2. Louis sends it to Tubu, who targets the corner. Eliza Valdez, by the way, in the ball game for the very first time.
This is important for the Foxies to also activate Trisha Tubu, who's their top scorer earlier in that start of the first set, was able to contribute a lot.
Quiet for Mitch Gumabao. I mean, when I say that, I mean she quietly racks up 4 points in that first set. Galanza was the leading scorer with 7. Tots Carlos with 6, as Bernadette Pons is in ball game with Eliza Valdez for Coach Sherwin Meneses. Tagsip also joining us here. April Tagsip here in the second set, and that's going to go over.
You know, the serving of the Foxies is one thing that they've been really struggling in this game, and it takes away their opportunity to actually gain some momentum.
Panaga also had one earlier. This one's better. Serve. What a tough set. Second ball. It's a good dig by Panaga. Overcooked by Pons from the pipe.
A great defense by the Foxies there. But Pons, a lack of risk action with that attack error.
Tubu to Valdez. And Valdez and Pons miscommunicating on the movement.
Oh, Trisha Tubu also gaining a lot of confidence in that service line.
Easy ball for the Foxies. Louis, one-handed to Cruz. Mitch on the other side, puts it away. As we send it back to Kyla Castillo.
Thanks, Boom. With Kyle Negrito ranking as the #1 setter in this All-Filipino conference so far, I asked her about her initial thoughts and reaction, to which she humbly responded, "Wala sa akin yung stats, nakafocus lang ako sa game plan, but it motivates me to not settle." Dagdag pa niya, excited daw siyang makaharap ngayon si Louis Romero ng Farm Fresh. Biro nga ni Kyle, "I feel so old, but talentado talaga yung batang yan." New streaming experiences await via the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for as low as 149 pesos. Now back to the panel.
Thank you very much, Kyla. Well, you're not the only one impressed with Louis Romero. And by the way, people might have forgotten that she already played as a 16-year-old in the PVL as a guest player. Sila ni Larissa Cruz, di ba? When Air Pada was still coaching Adamson and they were still recruits at that time for Adamson. Wala pa sila sa college. They were still in their last high school year, and they played as guest players for Adamson, hoping to get them into the college division, obviously. But they played in the old iteration, nung hindi pa professional, of course, ang PVL. But You know, so they've been playing a while.
And you know, the greatness of Louis Romero is also supported by her numbers. She's currently second in setting despite the fact that their team is in the bottom 3 of the standings.
That's a great point. But that's the #1 girl. Not missing a beat itong Creamline because of her, and we gotta give her credit and respect.
Oh, exactly. Quick thinking for her to go for that 1-2 play.
Valdez with a slice serve. Oh, that's a great sell. Love that play by Farm Fresh Foxies to give them a 3-point lead again here.
A lot of fast play exchanges by both teams. As we know, both systems, both setters play a lot those fast low sets.
And by the way, I only want to say a little bit of history in 2017 because that was the first time that Louis Romero and Riza Cruz and the gang faced Eliza Valdez as, you know, their ates for Creamline Cool Smashers back in 2017. If I'm not mistaken, that was the Open Conference of 2017 of the Premier Volleyball League, prior to it being a professional league, of course. 8-5, but they were already impressive as 16, 17-year-olds back then. Look at that set. Look at that anticipation by Pons, though.
Pons definitely read that play well.
Louis Romero was a best setter also from a national level, palarong pambansa, back that same year, 2017.
Oh, Louis Romero, definitely a talented setter, a natural setter at that. So we're not surprised that she's able to run a lot of difficult plays here against more veteran teams.
I remember doing that game, she had 34 excellent sets against Gia de Guzman in that game against, I think they lost 1-3 against Creamline Cool Smashers. Not bad for like a debut. Prolific na eh, bata pa lang ano. Tatlo ang kalamangan ng kanyang team. As Tubu, oh, she gets a point because somebody scrapes the net. I think it is Pons. Pons a little bit and a shaky start here with a couple of unintended errors.
And Farm Fresh also starting the same, starting strong in the second set. So it's just a matter of them staying consistent. So Romero and Defonso with a miscue there, letting that ball go. It could have been a chance ball already on their side.
Such a unique serve by Negrito. 3 points ang inahabol ng Creamline. Anticipated well by Louis. Rolling ball taken by Mitch. Pons goes long and looking for a touch. No, none there. So Coach Sherwin will call a challenge. Not a thought of timeout, but a challenge on a block touch.
That Pons actually not in the perfect position for that offense. Just trying to spin that ball in.
Again, same story, you know. Farm Fresh Foxies playing very well. Let's see if they can finally sustain it. They're coming off a 4-set loss to the Akari Chargers. They had 3 players in double figures. Santiago, Cruz, and the 24 points of Tubu. As my partner mentioned at pregame, this is way above blockers. So this lead is at 4, their biggest lead of the match. What an approach, and what a slide by Lazo there. De Jesus, jump set, Lubusot. Loose on the block.
Michelle Bumaba already saw that Narit was late in trying to close that block, taking advantage of that loose block.
Ate Galanza will come in for Kyle Negrito. Getting some a conversation here with Coach Sherwin Meneses. Well, shaking her head because she's like a little out of it right now. One of those starts for some of these players.
A couple of errors already on the side of Bernadette Pons.
4-point lead restored. Panaga staying patient. Tumabaw staying strong. That's the thing about, you know, when you face Tots and Michelle, even if you get the rebound, it's so strong. Bounces away from.
Exactly, the trajectory of the ball, it's just so difficult to cover.
Ah, beautiful. Beautiful kill.
No, but every time Farm Fresh gets that good first ball, Romero gets to do that combination play so effectively.
13-9. Bingo Plus, the first live streaming bingo in the Philippines. It is 13-9, and the lead is with the Farm Fresh Foxies looking for their first win of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Obviously not going to be easy going up against Creamline Cool Smashers looking for their 4th straight win here in the AFC with Eliza and Bernadette starting the second set. And later on, of course, we still have that big matchup. The Signal HD Spikers and the Akari Chargers. And Akari should be something that, you know, the Farm Fresh Foxies and teams like Jerflor will look at in the sense that, you know, when you stay with it and you experiment and you find the core, you know, there's some success that will come. And that's the most number of wins already for Akari in a conference for sure, and it seems like, well, we're not declaring that they're going to be champions. I'm saying though that that's even with the way that they play, even in that loss, diba? Parang nakikita mo na they have a team. They have a team.
And they're really looking better this conference, talking about Akari. They know how to lead, they know how to stay consistent, they know how to finish a game, and that's one thing that Farm Fresh will eventually learn throughout this PVL.
Right. Especially if they keep adding pieces, no? Yan din ang isa dyan. Akari, obviously, one of those teams who kept adding pieces too. And then shaving some, obviously. That's going to be a challenge for the Signal HD Spikers. Later on in our third game, as Valdez makes some noise here. It's inevitable.
Eliza Valdez on top of the blockers. Definitely an easy outing for her there.
Good to see her healthy, bouncing and flying around. A court that she has dominated for many years. Eco Oil Center. Sato called for the net touch, or Kyle rather.
Well, Creamline already has given away a couple of free points to the Foxies by committing some errors on their side.
Some uncharacteristic, no? And Eliza is clarifying this. Kyle Negrito says she didn't touch it. Fernando Velarde says she did, no challenge. for Creamline. Bernadette, that should be good for her confidence.
Faster attack this time by Bernadette Pons. Cal Negrito relying a lot on the wing attackers in this set.
Kate receives and kills.
Oh, we've talked a lot about Trisha Tubo, but Kate Santiago has been that great support in terms of scoring on the side of the Foxies.
Santiago so far with 8 points in the season, in the game. Back set to Tubu. Pons. Good defense. Chance here for Creamline. Not the best set. Lazo will set it. She goes to Trisha. Trisha in between Mitch and Eliza. What a target.
And the defense, the floor defense of the Foxies, so working well for them. Lazo very steady in that digging. Tubo finishing that long rally.
5-point lead, partner. The biggest for Farm Fresh in this match.
Dalawa yan sa open. Sure ako dyan. Kasi nakita na nga natin yung formation ng block nila eh. Ano ba ang ano? Isang block, ano ba gusto mo? Isang block o dalawang block? O wala. Okay. Malayo pa yan. Isang receive mo lang.
Yeah. Wait, let's go. Get one.
Hey, Olen! Creamline!
So, what has given Farm Fresh this 5-point lead right now, partner?
You know, Creamline just giving them a lot of free points, a lot of errors, and with that, they're giving Farm Fresh also some confidence, so to gain some confidence here offensively. But the missed opportunity there on the side of the Foxies. Some pressure moments here on the side of the Cool Smashers as the Farm Fresh definitely having some confidence and momentum on their side.
No panic, of course, on the side of Creamline. But concern on the coaching staff. Kate in the middle. Miss hit. Louis telling Coach Jerry with a block touch. The one thing also that I've noticed this relationship of Coach Jerry and Louis through the years with Adamson is they have a certain trust level. Parang he trusts her so much. It is rare that he takes her out of a match.
Exactly, and you know, Coach Jerry also knows how to choose his captains. He knows who to, whoever's communicating well, as I mentioned earlier, needs to be that leader inside the court, because definitely he's not the type to really talk a lot during the game. So he needs someone as a representative there inside the court.
And I've heard stories that Louis Romero in practice is medyo matapang na yan. There's no block touch, so that will be a point for Creamline. Ketigan also right behind. Batang Kings Montessori. Of course, that's a great high school program. Coach Onyok was there. Coach Jerry with a great high school program with Hope also. Great products. Back set. Good response. Eliza will send it over. She targeted the zone 1. She knew that kumpul-kumpul. Etong Farm Fresh.
Santiago also doubting whether to get that dig to extend her arms for the defense. Last second decision was definitely a mistake on her end.
3-1 run to cut the lead down to 3. 5 was the biggest lead here in the set. Over. Oh, nakatulong pa.
Panaga there, not ready for that overpass. A lucky break on the side of the Foxies.
So, can they finish? That's the question. 19-15. Rebound. Louis will have to adjust here.
Panaga and Valdez reading that out of system set well. Tubo.
She doesn't like it when it's that close, diba, si Trisha?
And also, all angles are close. That was her best option, but no confidence on the side of the Foxies.
Those Vargas coming in to serve. Targeting Ildefonso, and what a great target for her. Getting the ball back and getting a point. And it all starts from that serve, Ayel.
Exactly. Great slowing down on the side of the Foxies, but no coverage.
Serve was heavy, so they got the ball back.
Pangalawa, lamang pa rin tayo. Hindi lang natin na-execute. Sumusobra yung receive natin, over-receive tayo. Control lang natin, okay? So, si Vargas, ayan, nakita nyo na yung service. Uulitin lang yan.
Hindi, pumarward ka. Okay.
Uulitin lang niya yan. Come on.
Lang kayo. No pressure, task. Ay! Ako sa harap, sino lang. Si Lord bahala. Sige, sige. Kabasa.
5-point lead reduced to 2 here. Farm Fresh Foxies trying to hold on. Trisha Tubu so far in this game, 8 points on 6 attacks. And look at the players on the court on both teams. These are different generation of players and stars, no? At saya, no? Saya, Ayel, no? Makita yung mix of players.
Exactly. A lot of
PVL.
fresh faces on the side of the Foxies. Meanwhile, a lot of veterans on the side of the Creamline Cool Smashers.
Good exchange here. Tubu. Great defense by both squads, but the point ultimately goes to Farm Fresh.
You know, but Romero and that rally playing like a veteran. You know, switching things a lot of times, going open, going opposite, really making the blockers on the Cool Smasher side work a lot in the previous rally.
Sato-san is checked. Clarify lang natin. Maraming fresh, maraming vets who still look fresh.
I agree.
who seem like they have not aged, actually, in their play and in their look.
But the Farm Fresh right now showing some maturity here towards the end stretch of the game.
Ooh, that's a big one. Sounded big, it looked big, and it was a big point to cut the lead down to 3.
No, Michelle Bumabao just going for that corner attack. Just making sure that she goes cross-court, beating the blockers.
Doon na yung matay, no? Chance to counter. Valdez. De Jesus was there. Valdez again. Goes high. Shoots it to the other side. What a set by Louis to Pia Ildefonso.
Ildefonso showing some efficiency in today's game. Really contributing in the scoring department of the Foxies.
5 to be exact. 5 points for Pia as a starter, by the way, today. At talagang pinupuntahan din naman siya ni Louis. Louis has been going to everyone. Eliza gets it back.
Better set up this time for the Cool Smashers. So Negrito and Valdez connecting in that rally. Also a classic cross-court attack by Eliza Valdez, avoiding the blockers there. Lazo not ready for that.
Classic is the word. They get it back off a loose ball. Galanza on the other end, no blockers. Louis chases again, sets it for Kate, who was under that ball. Mababa ba yung set, Ayel?
No, it was a bit low, but the contact of Santiago was also low, trying to just spin that ball towards the corner end of the court of the Cool Smashers, but too much angle for her.
Here come Creamline. 20-22. Pababawiin ba? Good anticipation by Gemma. Michelle from behind. Rejected. Sato in the middle. Louis. Calanza. Lazo's there. Louis shoots it to the other side. Is it a net block? No. It is a legitimate block touch, which will be challenged by Coach Sherwin Meneses. Risa Sato told Sherwin not to challenge anymore, but challenge is made.
And
Maybe sometimes just to kill momentum, not necessarily.
no chance
Correct.
for
Yeah.
Creamline to regroup, but in the previous rally, we saw how Romero actually sped things up. That was a really fast set
Babad.
to the open,
Ayun, two spikers tayo.
beating Sato.
Sasabay ba
trying
tayo
to
sa
close
kanilang
the gap.
open o gagamit tayo ng galing natin? Ganun lang kasimple.
It's a block touch, so that will definitely be an Adamson point. And like I said, I don't think Sherwin did this to correct the referees. I think he did this for, again, a quote-unquote timeout. Because, again, you can talk to the players already now during these timeouts, as Bertolano will come in to serve for the Farm Fresh Foxies.
Cool Smashers also already out of timeouts. Coach Sherwin already used up his 2 timeouts.
So, challenge na lang. 20 for Creamline, 23 for Farm Fresh. We go to the vets now. I have been in this situation time and time again. Naga comes back in for Vargas. 21-23, that's all for the substitutions also for Creamline.
Both teams with 2 spikers on their front line. It means Louis Romero is in the front row as well as Cal Negrito.
We back to Kate. Smart play. Smart kill for Kate.
And Farm Fresh already adjusted their offense. Romero not forcing it near the antenna.
Set point for Farm Fresh. The pickup by Negrito. Oh, that's tight. But a chance to regroup here. Gemma, cross court. Louis, very low for Kate. Pickup by Romero. Set to Kate again. Ooh, nice touch. Gemma. De Jesus will bump set to Galanza. That's too low. And Farm Fresh Foxies take set number 2.
Oh, the Foxes really, their defense and them able to convert it into points.
Celebration. They're celebrating. Their coach, Jerry, is already on the other side.
Watching the match between the Farm Fresh Foxies and the Creamline Cool Smashers. Here in the PVL, we're having a fantastic afternoon which started off on high spirits thanks to the teams dressed up. Ayan, makikita nyo sa inyong screens ngayon ang Creamline Cool Smashers. Yes, they dressed up as ghosts. Mga ghosters ang atake nila ngayon. And during warm-up naman nila, they put on orange shirts which had some puns na related sa Halloween. And right now, ayan naman ang ating Farm Fresh Foxies wearing some fun and quirky headbands. Rainbow, hindi natin sure. Nag-turn sila into bunnies for today's video. But ayan, you can see Kate Santiago and the rest of the girls having fun in this really fantastic afternoon. So there you have it. What a spectacular way to end October. Don't you think, Bumanayel?
Well, first of all, sabihin mo dun sa gwardiya, relax lang siya. Masyado siyang excited. Also, you know, paano ang maganda niyan? Paglabas nila ng Ghost, hindi pala Creamline yung team. Ibang team pala.
Different sets of people pala.
New streaming experiences also await by the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for as low as 149 pesos. Signal pala yung lumabas. Kamali. All right, but second set, wow, what they got spooked. Creamline got spooked by the Farm Fresh Foxies. Ayaw.
Definitely, Foxies showing a lot of maturity and resilience in that set. They started strong, they led all the way in that set. But Creamline also, not part of it, they gave Foxies that opportunity and that confidence as they gave away a lot of free points by committing a lot of errors in the service line, you know, unforced errors in the net as well. So we take a look at the numbers. Creamline still ahead in terms of attacking. They have 15 against the 11 of the Foxies. Both teams also doing well in blocking. A lot of soft touches on both ends. But Farm Fresh forcing, you know, the good service to disrupt the first ball of the Creamline. But again, really very evident here. Creamline committing 11 errors. They doubled on the number of errors they committed in that first set.
Grabe. And that's, you know, that's the impressive part. Not the errors, but that Farm Fresh only committed 4 by leading all the way. Tinablahan lang yata sila 1 and 2. They never relinquished the lead, as you mentioned. So, the question about sustaining it. Now, it's about set to set naman, not just within the set.
Exactly, because the Foxies, they would get a set from their opponents, but it's really them keeping and sustaining that momentum all throughout the game.
You're right, like against Takari, they won that first set and lost the next set. Yung mabigat yung second set, yung natalo sila 26-24, that really kind of zapped their energy in that last match between them and Akari. In the meantime, Creamline now with the lead, 1-0. Nagising kaya as Joanne Narrett targets zone 1.
You know, but for the Foxies, so whether they're ahead or behind, they're very consistent. Their demeanor, their energy, their flow is there.
Mitch. Trisha will bump set it to Pia, who sends it over. Atienza back to Mitch, using the net. Louis chases. And they'll get the point nevertheless. Fernando Velarde has been seeing a lot of net touches today. Let's see. Mitch claims she didn't touch it. Oof. Very close. Maybe not at all, but very close. Nakuha ni Tots yung counterpoint though.
Great setting this time by Negrito. Tots Carlos with only one blocker in front of her.
You know, to underscore the youth also of the Farm Fresh Foxies is most of these players also are still eligible to play in college technically, di ba, Hiel? They left their, you know, either last year or 2 years pa nga. For some of them, you know, Pia, Joanne, Kate, Trisha was a rookie. Now, they're regardless of situation and reasons for doing it, that's not what we're trying to say. What we're trying to say is that's how young they are in this professional league.
And already showing a lot of potential here in the pro ranks.
Oh, that's way too out.
Oh, not ready for that back quick set from Romero. Miscue there.
Four serving two. Louis back set to Trisha. Over the blockers. Elevation for Tubes. Gets them their third point as we send it over to Kyla Castillo.
Thank you, Boom. Like a true blue kapitana, Louis Romero shared with me that she conducts one-on-ones with her teammates dahil daw kapag napapansin niya na may kakulangan, siya na raw ang bahalang magpunan. Ginagawa niya ito tuwing trainings kung saan nakikipag-usap siya at nakikipag-bonding sa kanyang teammates upang mas makadevelop ng connection at intimacy. Well, with that convincing set number 2, masasabi natin kahit papaano ay effective ang mga one-on-one session na ito sa pag-build ng connection at gelling. Then again, the match is far from over and the bigger challenge now is can they ride the momentum? New streaming experiences await via the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for as low as 149 pesos. Back to you, Boom and Ayel.
Thank you very much, Kyla. Talking about, of course, the rookie setter who's the captain, the leader, heart and soul. Now, who's the last one that you remember? I mean, Ayel, I'm trying to think about, is there any player, regardless of position, who is recruited or comes in, and I know the PVL is very young, but who comes in as a rookie, becomes a captain, and really is the heart and soul of the team right away. Parang,
well, definitely
such a rarity,
no one on top of mind right now.
Which brings me to that whole trust factor again.
But Foxies here, every time they get that good first ball, Romero just knows who to go to and who to set up to get that point.
Their longtime partner Riza Cruz gets the score there, 4 serving 6. Thoughts flying through. Going to the side of Louis Romero, of course, the shorter of the blockers.
Tots Carlos so far unstoppable in this set, already tallied a couple of points.
Saw the gap in between the block and crushed it. Pia. Kyle. Gemma. What a dig there by Pia. Back to Ildefonso. Oh, that is a great play for Pia Ildefonso all throughout.
The defense, also the floor defense of the Foxies, it has been steady all throughout this game. Pretty much the reason why they're able to convert points.
That was her.
Ildefonso extending that and finishing that with a point.
Gemma sends it back. Sends it to the open spot. Lazo late on the reaction.
Quick thinking, smart decision for Galanza to just spin that ball in. Lazo read that well, but too late to get the defense in.
Pia was telling me, speaking of Pia Ildefonso, as Tubu scores here, Ildefonso with 6 points and 6 attacks. I asked her, I remember asking her before she turned pro, if she took a break from volleyball and, you know, for everything that she had to decide and all that, and she said she did not watch at all. Some players like that, no? Completely detached, yeah. To freshen their heads as they go into a brand new phase of their lives, which is now the professional league. While some people are studying and watching constantly, she just had to get away.
Yeah, it looks like it worked well for her.
Fresh start eh. Gusto niya fresh start, yun sabi niya. And a new environment. Competitive one here in the PVL as Santiago goes against 2 blockers. Mitch does the same, but she had more power in her punch.
Again, you can't have a loose block in front of Michelle Gumabao.
Great point.
She has all the power to get the ball in.
About crushing a block. Kyle, back to Michelle. She tips it over, which is very rare for Michelle. Oh! Highlight play! Kate Santiago had to retract for the power of Gemma Galanza.
Oh, Gemma Galanza with a sharp cross-court attack, intentionally avoiding the blockers, and you can see that from her approach, really going sharp.
Look at Kate absorbing the blow.
Too much for her to contain.
Oh my.
Ooh.
And pinabawi naman ni Louie si Kate for her confidence.
A faster answer on the side of the Foxies. A great combination play on their end.
And in classic Louie Romero style, as soon as the whistle sounds, she serves, but this time it's serve out.
A very different set here.
Very. Man, I'm still trying to recover from that Gemma Galanza kill. I'm okay because I can dwell on it because I'm not playing. The players cannot dwell, as you know. Ayel, they have to move on to the next
Exactly,
one.
but Foxies with already 2 clean answers earlier with Santiago and Tubu.
Oh, and 3 straight points. Good serve by Kate to Tots Carlos. Flat ball. Back to Tots again. Panaga takes the point back. 13-9. That was the score in set number 2, but this time it is Creamline ahead. Watch the PBA 3x3's second conference this year every Monday, Tuesday, only on One Sports, PBA Rush, and on Pilipinas Live. PBA 3x3, lakas ng tatlo. 13-9 is our score. Boom Gonzalez, Ayel Estranero with you. Kyla Castillo on a second of our triple treats on a Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. Thank you for joining us today here at the, of course, Phil Oil, Eco Oil Center. Ano ba naman? Popogi! Naka-shades pa sila niyan, ha? Pero kuha nila yung mga shot. Lahat ng gusto makita ng fans, na angulo at mga, you know, all the shots at the net. Partida. Pero huwag kayo masanay, guys, ha? Next game, the next playing date. Let's ditch the glasses. Romero, back to Pia and scores again. That's her 7th point.
No, Ildefonso has been great in terms of defending and transitioning into attack. She's been very effective on that end.
Right.
A lot of great digs and transitions for her.
Narrett. Oh, wow. Naipasok pa. Mitch this time, no tipping there. The PL will send it over for a free ball for Creamline, who are ahead by 3. Return to sender, says Tubu Ed Cruz.
Oh, that first ball from Tots Carlos, almost an overpass. Cal Negrito finding a way to set that up, but Foxy is taking advantage of that.
Our setter matchup, Ayel. 11 excellent sets for Louis, 9 excellent sets for Kyle. Ito yung matchup natin. And of course, excellent sets, again, a very relative term.
No, but both setters here today really trying to activate everyone offensively.
Look at that. Delayed counter-attack! And a bomb unleashed by Tots.
Oh, Tots Carlos with her own version of a power attack. Great defense there by Ella De Jesus.
Look at the smoke from that ball. Usok pa eh. That's gonna go out. Creamline, there's a major difference in this third set and in our second set, AL, from a pace standpoint. Creamline seemed to have just been parang sumabay, sabi mo nga sa akin, sumabay sa Farm Fresh nung set 2, no?
Exactly right now. Some sense of urgency on their side as Foxies earlier got that second set. Tots Carlos with a combination play going to zone 1.
Ngayon, mas more in control na sila, no? Not only of their own game, but of the pace of the whole match. Parang it's being played on their terms right now. 16-12. Like that's 16-13.
No, but they're still struggling on the service line, and service error earlier from Gumabao, this time from Tots Carlos, and with that, they're giving a chance here to the Foxies to gain some momentum and close this gap.
It's good serve by Pia. Pia having a game.
Ildefonso having an all-around game
All
so
around.
far.
Even on defense, oh, solid on the
Very
technique.
steady.
Yep. Good for her. Remember, she started today. Was trying to prove that she deserves to be in that starting lineup. This one, though, some extra power and adrenaline.
Apologizing right away to Coach Jerry because, again, it was a chance to keep the ball on their side and gain some momentum.
Side out. Azo, tough time receiving that one. Tubu.
Tubu just trying to spin the ball in, but then have the best wrist action for that.
4-point lead. First point for Louis Romero.
Romero outsmarting 3 blockers in the floor defense of a Creamline in front of her.
Cruz. That familiar Creamline play. They execute that one so well.
Perfect execution for Creamline. Perfect pass, perfect set. And again, Gemma Galanda just knows how to score a point.
Also against an imperfect block with a lot of space in between. Negrito stops the ball. Michelle. Sent back by Kate. Anong lakas ng palo kasi, no? Pagbalik ng bola, pag na-redirect mo ng
Same
tama.
force and speed as Kate Santiago here.
Great angle on the body by Kate.
Angle,
Yeah.
and also really closing that hands, putting that hands in.
Yeah. Good press on the ball. Run and gun! Panaga says, don't forget me. Got 4 points.
And Negrita this time activating the middles.
Don Lim, National University, the #2 team in the league, the UAP men's basketball. That's going to bounce out. They read it right, but they couldn't control the ball.
Trisha Tubu, we've talked about Gemma Galanza knowing when to score, but Trisha Tubu also a reliable scorer on the side of the Foxies.
Romero, Lazo, dikit-dikit. Ayan na, yun yung sinasabi natin kanina. Trisha doesn't like it close to the net. And this lead is back to 4. 21-17, Coach Jerry calls time.
Bawas tayo ng dalawa, kailangan may maayos na play tayo. Yung mga ganun, no? Sayang yun, error lang. Ha? Eh, kung papalitan lang tayo, 3-4, 3-4, di talo tayo.
Akin yung hindi ko nagawa ng paraan.
Oo, paraan. Silipin mo kung nasan ka. Ha? Eh, talagang patidikitin natin yun. Ganun talaga eh.
Gawin kong paraan.
Go, go. Isa lang. Wala pa tayo nakita. Eh, 1-3!
Forgive me. Forgive me for my sins. Coach, forgive me also.
But that was
Mas takot ako kay Coach eh.
but it looked like a very calm time
It
out for the Foxies.
It was. The captain, Eliza Valdez, is back in action. Louis goes middle. Kyle goes behind. And a point by Mitch Dumabaw, the #1 scorer for Creamline. 14 today so far.
Michelle Dumabaw using the hands of blockers there to score a point.
She scored 66 points for the conference already. Mitch Dumabaw has. That's a better distance from the net. Yun yung talagang gustong-gusto ni Trisha. She just doesn't like it close.
Exactly. It was a perfect set to Trisha Tubo.
That's Mitch.
That was the previous rally of
Right.
Michelle Dumabaw.
After that and the Trisha Tubo attack, we are at 22-18 and Bertolano is back serving. Back set to Michelle. Back set to Trisha. Pia sends it easily. Tots gets it. Denied.
Trisha Tubo on the right spot, closing the right angle of that Tots Carlos spike.
14 points for her partner.
A really reliable scorer.
Getting comfortable here in the PVL, but the net touch will be called here or challenged here, claimed by Creamline.
Now we've talked about Trisha Tubo being a reliable attacker, but also she's very steady on that net defense. She tallied 4 blocks in their previous game against Akari.
24 points in the loss to the Chargers. So now she already has 14. Kate Santiago also backing her up with 14 of her own. Risa Cruz with 5. Pia Ildefonso with 8. Was there a touch at the elbow? From this angle, that's always tough to tell. Looks like there wasn't. Not there. Not there. Good retraction of that right arm by Trisha Tubu, so it's a legitimate block.
No, it's also her elevation and her vertical jump that is helping her, cover more angles.
Ang ganda ng matchup na yun, Tots versus Trisha. Very different ang style of attacking. So, pababawiin si Tots. Romero will go back to Trisha. She gets denied, and Risa Sato tells her about it too.
Risa Sato closing that cross-court attack of Trisha Tubo, and that is her comfortable angle.
There you go. It's rare to see Risa do that, but when she does, it's always entertaining. That's going to sail out. 23-19, 23-20 for Creamline.
Oh, very uncharacteristic of Creamline to actually commit a lot of errors.
Oh, set point on a service error. Boy, did she baby that or what?
Tubo
Mishit ba,
actually
or-
mishit and rushing in that service. You actually have 8 seconds.
Yes, you do. Once the whistle blows. Pia receives, attacks. Pia will try again. A chance to counter. Gemma's asking for it, but it is Stotts who gets it and delivers it in the middle of a campfire on the side of the Farm Fresh Foxies. And Creamline does what Farm Fresh did to them in set number 2. They led the whole set and won the set. 25-20. We It's 149 pesos a month. Been a very entertaining match, partner, for Creamline and Farm Fresh.
Faster set this time compared to the first 2 sets, as a Creamline had the sense of urgency, playing faster. Everyone contributing the scoring board, but on the side of the Foxies, they found some momentum towards the middle of the set, but again, it wasn't enough as a Creamline pulled away early on, and as you mentioned earlier, they led all throughout that set, and also Tots Carlos playing a lot of smart plays there. PL Defonso being the bright spot on the side of the Foxies. Tubo as well in Santiago, but again, it wasn't enough as the Cool Smashers played more consistently in that set.
I love watching, though, the exchanges. They have been so good from a veteran team and a young team, hanging with the veteran team. And the number is Creamline, the best attacking team usually every conference, out attacking Farm Fresh here by 6.
But Farm Fresh playing better in terms of blocking in the service line, as the Creamline Cool Smashers also gave away a couple of points in that department. But again, Creamline playing more consistent and committing only 4 errors in that set against the 7 of the Foxies.
Huge change, right, was that one. Because 11 ba yung set number 2? That Creamline committed 11 errors. All right, start of our 4th set. Negrito. Back set to Tubu. And Farm Fresh gets the first point.
Fast reverse set by Romero to Trisha Tubo. Perfect set for her going cross court. So see this replay. Negrito out of position.
By the way, Camila Avila comes in for the Farm Fresh Foxies here. Not Joan Narit, not April Tagsit. Farm Fresh getting a 2-0 lead early on.
Back-to-back
CSB
points
player,
for Tubo.
sorry, partner, yes. Michelle had to adjust. Wee takes a look at the defense, goes to Pia. Michelle sends it over. Lazo was there.
Oof. Miscue.
Miscue. Michelle again. Gets the block touch. 2-1.
Michelle Gumabao seeing that Trisha Tubo was still in transition. Using her hands to get that point.
Avila, soft touch there. Nothing soft about that hit from Mitch. Ildefonso goes high, long, and out.
Ildefonso trying to go for the hands of the blockers. Not enough for her.
2-all. Good reaction there by Panaga to keep it alive. Wee goes to the other side to Pia. The tip block by Panaga keeps Farm Fresh scrambling. Panaga then finishes it off with a cut shot with some force.
Great effort there on the side of the Foxies for the defense, but the chance ball allowed the Cool Smashers to get that point.
Lihis. May mga tinatawag na sa gitna ng tira na lihis. Never send it straight to the blocker. Speaking of, never send it straight to Tots. That's always bad news. Good news is we have Kyla Castillo with us. Kyla.
Hindi namin nakikita as a rookie team ang Farm Fresh. This is what Coach Sherwin told me earlier when I asked them about their mindset in today's game facing the Farm Fresh Foxies. Sa mga nakalipas na game ng Foxies, madalas silang nakakadikit at nakakakuha pa nga ng set. Pero syempre, hindi sapat na dumidikit lang palagi. Now, given their grit and hunger for their first win, will they be able to extend this match against the top seed? New streaming experiences await via the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for as low as 149 pesos. Back to you, Buman Ayel.
I know it's hard to say this, but Coach Jerry has to be happy with the way his team's challenging this Creamline.
Oh, exactly. Because it's already given that this Creamline has a lot of stars, has a lot of good veterans, has a lot of MVPs on their lineup. For the Foxies to keep it close, to get a set, and still rally in this set, it's already a big achievement on their end with their journey here.
And it's still winnable. A very winnable match. They're down 2, down a set. Chance ball. It's too low. It's a net block.
Oh, that set was low for Gumabao.
They're going to challenge it. But Sherwin calling the challenge. They think there was a block touch. Did you see that, partner? I thought it was low. It was net.
It looks like it was a low set from Negrito and even lower contact from Gumabao trying to spin the ball in. But it looked like it hit the white line.
But we've been wrong before because these things happen so fast. And that's why we have the challenge system to make sure that everything is right. Creamline Cool Smashers looking for win number 4 here in the All-Filipino Conference, where PVL has been active and all over the country. Batangas, Ilocos, Antipolo. Siyempre, para sa iba, out of town na yun eh. And we're back here at the Phil Oil Eco Oil, a venue very familiar, obviously, to volleyball fans and players for this triple header where Cherry Tigo won earlier against the Jerflor Defenders. That was match number 20. We are in day number 8 and we have a decision here for this challenge here in match number 21. Low. they're making fun. Farm Fresh is making fun of Pia Ildefonso, her facial expression, her grit. Let's put it that way. Her grit in trying to block that ball. All in good fun. Pia has 8 points on 7 attacks. They're led by Tubu's 16. And Kate Santiago's 14. On the other end, Sato scores her second point. Gumabao leads them with 15, 14 from Tots Carlos, and quietly Gemma Galanza has 13. Mr. Frank Lau, team owner of Farm Fresh, is in attendance here at the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. Pia again scoring her 9th point.
Credit half the point also to that set from Romero and Cruz, who actually kept Sato with her. Only one blocker in front of Ildefonso there.
That is a win for any setter. Get that. Yung tinatawag na hiwalay. Good serve also by Pia. Oh, what a game for Pia today.
Ildefonso with a great day in all departments.
On all departments, you're right, partner. Oh, what a serve.
Targeting even Gemma Galanza, one of the better receivers on the Cool Smashers.
Lumihis in the last second on the drop. This time she goes long. She thought it was on the line, but no, it's out. Apologizes to Coach Jerry. Jerry doesn't even look at her. 7 serving 6. Louis to Kate. One-on-one. Gemma Galanza closes the door.
Well, that was actually a good combination play. There was a separation in the blockers, but Galanza reading that angle, reading that attack well of Santiago.
Never send it straight to the blocker's hands, diba? What a play. What a play. Guts. Skill.
Oh, look at her outsmarting the veterans of the Cool Smashers.
Hand placement. Absolute sell. Combination on the other end. Sato selling the approach very well. Kyle, solid setting for the 4th straight game.
A lot of great exchanges here by both teams.
You know what, the impression that, you know, I'm getting here also, and maybe wrong or not. Obviously, Creamline knew already with the whole GS situation more than anybody else, right? Before anybody else. And it looks like, kasi sometimes to the audience, oh, napaka-ikli ng preparation time ni Kyle Negrito. But obviously, Gia, I'm sure, informed everybody early enough when it was confirmed.
So everyone would have the chance and the time to actually adapt, prepare.
Because this, what Kyle is doing in the last 4 games, this is hindi ito yung mga biglaan lang na, you know, that's actual prep work. As Tubu, by the way, continues to shine for Farm Fresh, but so is Gemma with 16. Look at this placement, and Kate not trusting the coverage.
No, but talking about Kyle, she's been part of the system for the longest time, so I would want to believe that there wasn't a lot of adjustment anymore.
Good point.
You know, it was just solidifying the connection with the starters of the Creamline, but at this point, there's really no starter, there's really no first six because anyone put in on their side of the court is really able to contribute.
So, hindi lang talaga tayo used to seeing her. Obviously, we call that a usage rate. Di ba na lagi siyang babad? So this is really great for her. Great for the team. 10-all. But of course, mahaba pa yung conference natin, Ayel. The real test is pagka sa duluhan na. When in the most stressful situations.
Exactly.
Because that's where your setters really excel. That's a point for Farm Fresh. And by the way, they have a 2-point lead here in set number 4. Avila has contributed also here. No stranger to stressful situations with CSB. Coach Jerry there again with another point. Hugot ni Coach Jerry. 3-point lead. Technical timeout. And don't forget to watch men's volleyball action this 2023, the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference, every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday on One Sports Plus, and Pilipinas Live, which my partner is very well a part of also, as you guys have gotten going there at the Paco Arena.
A lot of great games also on the men's side.
Definitely. Volleyball, definitely full throttle. Louis Romero on your screens. As Farm Fresh, her team is on a 4-0 run. You know, when she was the guest player of Airbada, going back to the story earlier, I think they were preparing her. That was season 79, if I'm not mistaken, and Adamson was last. And they were really excited for her entry, Risa Cruz and all that, so that para makaangat nga sila sa standings, because that was like one of the worst finishes of Adamson, by the way, vacated by Coach Sherwin Meneses. Remember, mid-season, umalis si Coach Sherwin, and you know, that Adamson was never the same. There's a little bit of history there for players like her back here in the PVL. Now as a professional, though. Oh, how are you even going to describe that?
You know that the perfect pass of Pons to Negrito, allowing her to do that combination play. One blocker will never be enough in front of Gemma Galanza.
14-11. Good rebound there. Recovery by Creamline. Ooh. Oh! Louis was there the first time, but not the second.
A great reaction actually by Louis Romero with that Gumaco attack, but that overpass, Panaga, very ready for that, taking advantage.
But that's asking too much already. 12 serving 14. Avila is sent back. That's a tough one. Tough proposition. So was that. Oh! Rally still alive. Negrito back sets to Michelle. Tubo with a great reaction. Back to Mitch. Louis keeps it up. But they will run out of chances, and Coach Jerry says, come on.
Actually, a lot of great reactions in the floor defense of the Fox. Gumabao, a lot of power in that attack, but
So much
great
power.
effort really in that floor defense of the Foxies.
And that's why I think Coach Jerry Yee, that's why he applauded it. It's great instincts and reflexes.
And Farm Fresh here still ahead by 1 point.
That's a 3-0 run by Creamline.
Oops.
It's a good play, Ayel, but what went wrong there?
No, Tubo really forcing that attack. Going cross court there.
Triple block din, ano, nakaabang sa kanya. They did not fool the defense at all. 4-0 run, and we are tied now. Pia with the approach, was not ready for the recoil of that ball.
That was read well by Panaga and Gumabao. Teaming up, well-established block there.
5-0 run by Creamline. Farm Fresh now scrambling here in the last few sequences. Trisha. Chance ball ang ibibigay. Oh! Ala de Jesus. We all know she's got some power behind that swing as a former open hitter.
No, not the best control to give that chance ball.
Camila Avila. Avila with a pickup. Ildefonso goes cross. What an angle. Avoiding the two blockers, Panaga and Gumabao. I thought she was going to get blocked for sure, but she just angled her body perfectly.
Exactly. This is the first time that we saw that Ildefonso sharp cross-court attack.
You're right, yung ganun ka sharp, tama. Louis keeps it alive. 15-16 is our score. Mitch says, nobody's home. Sharp cross spot.
And you know, that's really her strength. If you don't want Michelle Gumabao to get that automatic point, you need to guard that cross-court attack.
Wow, we've had so many highlights in this match, IL, from both teams. Such a well-played match. Cruz is back. Oh, that might have been sailing out. Pero may block touch ba, IL, or wala?
No, it didn't look like there was a block touch, but there were a lot of gaps in that block.
So a point, nevertheless, for Creamline. 17-16. We got a tight one here in set number 4. Creamline ahead. 2-1. Still have one more game coming up. That will drop out to the sigh of relief of Kate Santiago because that was her responsibility.
You know, everyone froze in that serve. Ildefonso, Lazo, and Santiago.
17 all. 18-17.
The middle blockers, the attackers of the Cool Smashers, they've been targeting zone 1 and it's been working well for them. Risa Sato there.
Nobody plays with more enthusiasm than Risa Sato. Ildefonso again. So, nobody for coverage there after the rebound. So it's a 2-point lead by Creamline, and now that will force Coach Jerry Yee to call a timeout. What a pickup there by Calanza, which translates to this Bernadette Pons point.
Kuya, sino nasa harap? Sorry, kuya. Paikot lang tayo. Pwede po ah. Pwede po. Malayo si ano eh, si Lisa. Okay.
Hindi tayo ng isa.
Isang point lang. Tara. Hey, 1, 2, 3!
Again, a classic timeout there by Coach Jerry Yee. A few words from him. Kuha tayo isa.
Alam mo, Na-master na kasi ni Coach Jerry yung timeout. Magsalita siya ng konti habang wala pa yung camera at yung microphone. Naghahabol
true.
pa. Oh, tama, di ba, Ayel? Habang wala pa yan, pag dumating na yung camera at yung microphone, biglang bitaw. Negrito. Oh! Another campfire!
No, and Negrito keeps on going to this combination play. And it has really caused some damage on the floor defense of the Foxies. That hole in the middle, well maximized by the attackers of the Cool Smashers.
After 17 all, 3-0 run. Cruz. Pia. Not good enough. Shoots it to the other side. Kyle did. That will drop in, I think. They're going to challenge anyway. Might as well, because if they don't, this run will continue.
That was tough to say because that was a tough angle for Bernadette Pons.
And the ball dropped just the last second. The question is,
Para makapag-check out man lang kayo. So, sige.
ganda ng timing ni Coach Jerry, di ba? He already said a lot prior to the microphone and camera getting there. Ayel, alam na alam
That's the
niya.
secret.
Huwag ka mag-deny. Let's look at this, though. Is it in or is it out? Oh, it drops in. Drops in. That's more than a shadow. That's a ball, for sure.
A really good angle there for Bernadette Pons, actually, despite the fact that the floor defense of the Foxies was well established.
Pia gets a point off a tough set, kneeling set by Louis Romero.
There's something also about the contact of Ildefonso that allows her to get more points, as you see Louis Romero and Kyle Negrito on your screen. So far, 16 excellent sets for Romero and 17 for Negrito, the top two setters in the league so far.
One a vet, one a rookie, who's not playing like one.
Bernadette Pons trying to go to the same angle, but this time, too much power for her.
That was a good challenge by Coach Jerry, yet, because it still produced 2 points after, even if they got the challenge wrong. 19-21. Simple attack. Cut shot, but a high-flying Bernadette Pons.
Bernadette Pons in transition, just really angling that attack. May konting miscontact pa nga eh, but works well for her.
Yung mga magagaling, hindi nahalata yung miscontact.
They know how to control it actually. Get miscontact na, they know how to contact it well.
True.
But this time, a service error on Bernadette Pons.
Coach Sherwin and his team still not relaxed here because this lead is only 2. Gemma. There's no miss hit there. Full contact and the kill. Gemma Galanza, 18 points on 15 attacks, and a lot of them were like this.
A really clean attack on Gemma Galanza.
Avila on the run and gun. Wait. There's a challenge here. Somebody's, touched the net from Creamline, I think, while Avila was running. It's a good challenge here. Louis asking for it also right away.
Looked like someone scraped the net on the side of Creamline. Foxies has the sense of urgency to call this challenge, stopping the rally in the middle.
So it is Farm Fresh who challenged. They claimed there was a net fault. The net did move. They will allow this and we will review. If not, Avila will be credited for that point on the slide attack. Another person I got to talk to is Camila Avila prior to the start of the conference. Very confident. She said, because I was asking, they're so used to winning in the NCAA, diba? gonna be different now. See, as Louis sets, sumabit na si Gemma yung kanya elbow. Louis.
And actually going for that slide attack.
From a kneeling back
Tough
reverse
set.
set. Romero serves right away. Gemma. Lazo with coverage. What a set to Tubu. Negrito. What a set to Panaga. Great defense by Creamline. Galanza sends it over. Louis chooses Kate. Pawns with the up. Galanza with some force. Louis quickly to Avila. What a sequence here.
Oof.
And Farm Fresh solid on the rally. That is worthy of an applause from Coach Jerry Yee. 22-23. Nobody home! Kyle Negrito gets one on Farm Fresh.
Oh, Kyle Negrito taking control of the ball, putting the Cool Smashers into match point, outsmarting the defense of the Foxes.
And Louis got one, she's got one too. Just to underscore this great premier matchup that we have highlighted. Match point now for Creamline. Tubu. Scramble. What will Louis do? Back to Trisha. Defense by Kyle. Mitch on the counter. Still alive. But Creamline escapes with a 25-22 four-set win, but not without some scary, if I may, Halloween moments.
No, exactly. Foxes really pushing Creamline, putting a lot of pressure on them, giving them that sense of urgency. You know, definitely this Foxes, a lot of potential in their end.
What a game for both teams. A lot to smile about if you're a fan. This was truly entertaining four-setter. And you can relive this game and all PVL games anytime, anywhere on the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for 149 pesos. Creamline Cool Smashers go to 4-0. And unfortunately for the Farm Fresh Foxies, that will be their 5th straight defeat. But look at them get the applause from the Creamline fans.
Oh, and again, the Foxies, they played so well against the top seed team, which is a Creamline. It was not an easy job going against the defending champions, but they really rallied. The effort was there both on offense and defense. No, they got a set against Creamline, but again, just a lot of things to learn for the Foxies.
Yeah, I love that the fans acknowledged the effort of Farm Fresh here. That, you know, that's such an intelligent way of appreciating this matchup. And Gemma Galanza, though, wow, there's so much to appreciate about today. 18 points, just as we were saying, ano, kanina na parang tatahi-tahimik lang si Gemma throughout the 3 wins so far.
No, but again, you mentioned it earlier that Gemma Galanza can be quiet, but when a point is needed,
Yes.
when it's already crucial, when it's the end stretch of the game, she really knows how to show up and she knows how to finish the game in the sets.
And you can say that pretty much for almost every Creamline player at some point.
Exactly.
For them. Gemma Galanza, all smiles on a Halloween special here. Nice treat for their fans as they get win number 4. And that will be the confirmation of the scores. 25-21, 21-25, 25-20, and a tough 25-22 4th set win by the Creamline Cool Smashers. But hats off, Farm Fresh. This was probably, of all their 5 losses, this was probably their best loss, if I may use, you know, those 2 words together.
Exactly, but you know, despite Farm Fresh, Foxies pushing Creamline, stretching the game, Creamline continues to show dominance in terms of numbers. 67 in the Creamline side against the 46 of the Farm Fresh Foxies. Both teams really trying to slow down each other's offense. 6 blocks for Farm Fresh, 7 for Creamline. But, Farm Fresh having a better day in that service line. 6 aces for them against the 3 of Creamline. And Creamline, giving away 30 points to the Foxies. That was a lot more than a set for them. Meanwhile, the Foxies with only 19 errors in that whole game.
Great point. And Creamline will go to win number 4. Match number 2 of our triple treats on today's broadcast. Creamline ahead over the Farm Fresh Foxies. We still got one more for this Halloween special. Signal HC Spikers and Akari Chargers. For Kyla Castillo, Ayel Estanero, I'm Boom Gonzalez. Stay here. Happy Halloween from Pilipinas Live.
All my life, syempre, volleyball.
There's something outside volleyball pala. Am I gonna really just give up? I'm not excited.
Wait lang. I used it to move forward but not move on.